for our next storyteller, to get right back into it, we have Angela Barbash is going to tell us a story. Angela Barbash, come on.
This is really tall.
Adjust the mic.
You're our mic adjuster.
It's not your job.
That extra setting.
Hold on, we need more.
In some states, I'm considered a dwarf. I'm a little person. No, not really. Okay, my name is Angela Barbash. Like a big party at a bar, you can thank my husband for that last name. I think it's one of the coolest last names ever. So here's my question. How do you define a mistake, right? Best mistake does end up being your best thing ever that's not really a mistake at all. So I'll tell you my story. I'll try to do this in 5 minutes, and somebody's going to give me a cue when I'm close, right? All right. So I've been a financial advisor for 10 years. In 2002, I was 21 years old. I was working at Eastern Michigan University. I was studying cultural anthropology and history. I had no intentions of going into the financial field whatsoever. I was an idealist that wanted to change the world, and you don't go into studying money and dealing with money to change the world. At least that's how it was 10 years ago. Things have changed now. All right, so I came across this guy who said, you know, you should go into studying money because if you understand how money works, you can do anything. I said, oh, that's interesting. I'm intrigued, right? So he went on to teach me about how the housing market was going to collapse. This is in 2002. How the subprime mortgage mess was going to take us all down, and about there's these crazy things called derivatives. And he taught me how it all worked. And in 2004, I said, I think you're crazy. I'm going to buy my house in Ypsilanti at $116,000. Which I now can't sell for maybe $30,000, maybe. So I went ahead and bought a house and ignored him. I went to go work for a huge firm, and I can't say which one because we're on television. But I will tell you that I worked for them. I managed an office here in Metro Detroit. I ended up helping regular people like me and you with their finances, and I learned the language of the game. And in 2008, it was a Friday afternoon, I got a phone call from a client of mine, and she said, you know, I had these Lehman Brothers bonds in my portfolio, and I had them from my previous advisor, and I think I should sell them because there's something crazy going on with Lehman Brothers. And I said, no, that's crazy. Everything will be fine because my firm keeps saying everything's going to be fine, right? Monday morning, and in that cold September day in 2008, we all know what happened. Most of us do. Lehman Brothers blew up, went bankrupt, and my client lost all her money. That started a precipitous fall where I watched millions of dollars of my client's money that I had been told was going to be managed in the best way it could be in all of these different investments to manage risk and all this stuff. I watched millions of dollars just disappear like that in 3 months. $7.5 million was what I saw disappear out of accounts that all of us in this room could have had. So I flipped out, right? I couldn't sleep at night. And I said, I can't do this anymore. So I left and I went to go back to work for the guy who knew what he was talking about. Funny, I went back, I said, funny thing, you knew, right? So I worked there and things were good and we bought gold and silver and that's what we did, you know, and a lot of people made a lot of money coming out of that crash. And then last year I came across slow money. Anybody know what slow money is? And I came across Valley, Business Alliance for Local Living Economies, and Think Local First. And I found out that people are trying to take their money back. Novel concept, right? Maybe if we did something with our money, then we wouldn't lose it in crazy stock markets all around the world. And I thought, I have to do something about this because we all have a future. We have to live. We have to figure out how this works, and we have to not let our money disappear overnight like that. Not again, right? So, yeah, right on. So I had this crazy idea. I'm going to start this firm where we teach people not just about money, but about sustainability and about growing their own food. And we connect all these people that are reskilling, and we, you know, you can save money, right, if you know how to grow your own food. You can have rain barrels instead of watering your lawn. That saves you money, right? So I had this crazy idea. So in December, I went to my firm. I was working for that little local firm, and I said, you know what, I'm going to brand myself, and I'm going to do this thing. And he said, okay, you can leave now. And I was like, what? He said, yeah, you can go because that's your thing, and I think that you're crazy, all right? And I said, I think you're crazy. So this is December, it's 3 days before Christmas. The following week, I found out I was pregnant. Right? Okay, so I found out I was pregnant, and I thought, okay, I'll go find another firm that will let me teach people about local investing. And funny thing is, I couldn't find a firm in the entire United States that would let me talk about local investing. And you want to know why? Because local investing is dangerous. It's dangerous to the system. I could not find, I kid you not, I spent the entire month of January, could not find a firm that would even let me talk to my clients or teach a class about what else they could do with their money. It's the craziest thing. So I said, pregnant and all, I said, I'm just going to walk away from my licenses. I have 1 minute left. I'm going to walk away from my licenses, and that's what I did at the end of January. Getting your securities licenses is one of the hardest things you'll ever do, and I walked away from them. And I started this firm on a wing and a prayer and on just the love and support of everybody. And I'll tell you, but this is no pitch, but the name of the firm is Reconsider, because we're trying to teach people, get people to reconsider how they think about money. So now fast forward 6 months, it's happening. We are teaching people about making money. And the biggest mistake, but it ended up being the best mistake, was making that snap decision to walk away from my licenses. Because had I not, I would have stayed at that firm and believed that teaching about sustainability was just crazy, and not managing people's IRAs with stocks and mutual funds was just crazy, right? But this is actually happening. Thank you.